We're back at CES, and joining me today is Tony Karam, Director of New and Emerging Technologies. Tony, every time I get into a new vehicle, there's always this new technology that's becoming the new standard. What are we doing to enable our engineers to use simulation to design, validate, and deliver these more connected vehicles?
Yeah, that's a great question, Maria, and good to be back with you here at CES. You know, with the connected vehicle requirements, it's really starting to require engineers to have a continuous development, continuous validation, a CI/CD kind of process. Therefore, they have to pay attention a lot more to starting from their requirements, and we enable this through our model-based system engineer workflows. And then you'll get down from the requirement definition to implementation through simulation, through our design of our simulation, and also being able to use simulation in the validation phase, which is reducing the amount of prototype and reducing the amount of physical drive. Take example of an ADAS system. You define your drive domain, you define your requirement through our model-based workflows, and then you do the validation of those sensors and autonomous systems through simulation at scale with Ansys.
That's great from a design perspective, but what are we doing to make our cars more safe?
Yeah, that's a question to my heart, right? So obviously Ansys is known for some key safety analysis kind of technologies. One is, LS-DYNA for crash and certification of crash tests. The other is our functional safety and cybersecurity analysis solution, where we can take starting from a model-based system engineer workflows, we can help you define your safety requirements and your cybersecurity requirements, and also define through our safety management capabilities all the safety activities and safety evidence you have to produce, part of the design and validation process, right? So again, going back to an ADAS system, you have to show at the end of that validation that you've done enough of this activities to satisfy your safety case, right? And this is where Ansys can help, not only helping you understand what are your safety requirements and what are the things you have to mitigate from a cybersecurity and safety point of view, also that you've done enough to validate that you've covered those safety cases.
In a fast-paced world, time is everything. What are we doing to enable our engineers to move at a faster pace and not compromise quality?
Well, simulation, right? That starts with that. Simulation will help you do things faster and quicker. But we're actually adding to this. If you take, for example, SimAI, we actually are teaching you how to do simulation faster and more accurate. Take, for example, our integration with Omniverse. That's also helping you integrate our simulation in a much more complex environment and be able to do simulation. If you look at, let's say, an autonomous platform, we're now, through our partners ecosystem, we're integrating AI traffic agents as part of our solution. That will help you design faster and validate faster for complex driving scenarios in, let's say, an urban or a highway scenario. So all of these things that we started with simulation, now through our partners ecosystem, through our integration, are helping you use simulation faster, more accurate, and more safer.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Tony. If you want to learn more, come visit us at booth 6400.